Hi everyone, my name is Keisha and this is my story. I promise you, it's not what you think. One day I stayed after gym practice to work on my leg muscles. It was dark when I finished and everyone had left school. I hurried down the hall, but the doors were closed. I remembered seeing an open window in the gym bathroom, so I ran there and texted my parents in a panic that I was on my way home. Upstairs, I heard a noise, but I didn't care what it was. Probably a janitor. I just wanted to get out of school and relax in my gorgeous new bed I got for my 16th birthday. I ran to the window, and it was closed. I felt trapped. Then I heard noises again. Footsteps and voices were coming in my direction. I hid in the shadows and under my coat.
Tonight is a special night for you to join our fraternity.
That's our principal. Do we have a school fraternity? I've been waiting for 15 years for the planets to align. Math teacher Mr. Mendels.
Mars, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn have not been in this position since 1915.
Are they talking about astrology? How strange is that?
Saturn is in the school's 8th house of deep transformation for the next 2 years.
What? I must follow them from behind.
We'll take every advantage of Saturn's placement.
They slammed the doors of the cleaning room and it was silent again. Slowly, I went inside, but I couldn't see where they might have gone until I lifted my head and saw a small window. I climbed up, almost breaking my foot, and found myself in a large dark room that smelled like horses. This is getting too weird. All the teachers were dressed in tuxedos, even Miss Orange and Mrs. Trumpetsky. And more came from the other side of the hall, holding candles. Suddenly, my phone rang. It was my mother. I muted the phone and went back through the window. Then I took a selfie and wrote, "I got stuck at school. Don't worry, I'm coming." But then I lost the connection. I quickly opened the doors. It was dark and silent. My chance to escape unnoticed. I barely breathed as I lit the way with my phone. Luckily, the kitchen was open and I could sneak out through the kitchen window. Finally, freedom! I was so happy. What I'd seen there I shouldn't have seen. But now that I've seen it, I wanted to know more. What's this fraternity all about? Why were they dressed funny? What does it mean that Saturn is in the 8th house of the school's deep transformation? That's what I needed to find out first. I told my mother and stepfather everything, but they didn't believe me. They just laughed.
I think Keisha should take a creative writing class next year. She's very talented. Or screenwriting. Her ideas need a budget.
Yes, for the costumes and set design.
I can't believe you're making fun of my deeply shocking experience.
Go to bed and sleep it over.
We'll talk tomorrow about why you didn't come on time after school.
This is so unfair. I never lie, and it's not my fault that school is weird. I will find out the truth. I don't want my parents to think I'm making up stories just to have an excuse. When I went to my room, I found my little sister rummaging through my closet. What are you doing? Mom told me to clean out your closet. You're lying. Do you have a truth detector? I won't use it if you do something for me. Only if I can wear this dress for a month. You don't want to change for a month? Gross. Deal? Deal. It was a bad deal, but I had to find out about the secret fraternity in our school. My sister will cover for me and I'll spend the night at school. I googled Saturn and the 8th house of deep transformation, and I found out that in astrology, Saturn is like an old stern teacher who punishes you a lot but also lets you learn a lot. And the 8th house isn't good either. It represents death, loss, and difficult changes. The next day, I talked to my besties and we came up with a plan. I'm going to spend the night at Keisha's house so we can study for the English exam.
Coach put us in quarantine for Saturday's game.
Dad is taking me to the opera. I'm going to sleep at his place, maybe 2 nights.
Danny's dad was in a car accident. He's in the hospital, and I've got to help his family.
The school is taking us to Washington. You have to pay for the trip.
We decided to join the party and find out what is happening.
I've got juice, milk, tomato sandwiches, a big box of cookies, 3 chocolates, 100 yards of rope, tools, gloves for everyone, and a secret iPad that no one can hack.
I hope that'll be enough.
What if they have to pee?
Bad place to hide.
This is real.
We have to move quickly. We don't have much time. The deal just needs a signature. That's tomorrow morning. We have plenty of time.
I'll catch up with you. I have to visit a place first. She's coming here. I love my yoga teacher. For real? Psst.
They'll have a meeting now. I'm ready.
What's our plan?
We divide into 2 groups.
We wear these gloves and we each take a tool. What if we lose the connection?
I'll call 911 right away. No one can get hurt. We can still go back and just report to the police.
I want to see what they're up to.
Me too. I'm curious. And we're here.
What's our cover story?
We're reporters.
Thank you for being part of the history of the longest fraternity in this part of the world. As you know, another change is coming. This time, we are on the cusp of the next 900-year cycle. The future is in our hands. New space for a new 900-year cycle of children's futures. We're moving to the high mountains. The school bought the property today. Our new director.
How can you do that?
She was talking to me. I forgot to wash the dishes before I left with my boys. I apologize. We love the mountain air. These are my students. They shouldn't be here. Children, what are you doing here? Catch them!
I could hear all of our hearts beating. We didn't know where we were or how to get out of there.
Let's eat something and stimulate our brains.
I suggest we follow this corridor. Maybe we'll find another door.
But to where?
My guess is back to school.
Are you going to skip class, kids?
This is the gym.
We've used all our tools.
The police surrounded the school. We showed them the secret doors and they arrested everyone. The next day, it was all over the news. It turned out that the secret fraternity owned schools all over the country and had embezzled billions of dollars by buying and selling real estate. And Mrs. Trumpetsky was an undercover cop who'd been following the fraternity for 10 years. And I and my best friends solved the crime in one night. After that, my parents never accused me of lying again. That was my story.
Share this podcast to all social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook and so on, and you'll be given a shout out. Also drop your social media username so that we can find you. Thanks for your support. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the link in this episode description. You should also please follow or subscribe to our other podcast, My Animated Story, by clicking on this episode description. And also, kindly please rate and review this podcast. Bye.